everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle and this is Danielle's Books. Thanks for stopping by. This video is going to be a reading extreme horror books for 24 hours video. I've done a couple of these in the past and I definitely want to do more. So while I have you at the beginning of the video, comment some more extreme horror books that I can check out because I definitely want some more. But in regards to this video, I read 5. I'll quickly go over the 5 that I read. I technically have already done this video, but I'm coming back to do the intro. In this video, you'll see me read and review Carney by Ash Eric Moore, Over His Dead Body by Jessa Riot, Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison, and then For the Sake of by Judith Sonnet, and Satan's Yeast Infection, which I got off of Godless, and the author's name is not ringing a bell with me, but I'll have the cover of it over here. So if you're interested in my reviews for any of those, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you, and give this video a thumbs up if you like these videos so I know to do more of them in the future. And yeah, comment some extreme horror recommendations so that I can get more to read in the future. I'll have all of those books linked down below, and let's jump to where I was reading these books. All right, I wanted to come by and do my first update for the vlog. And I have started Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. I wanted to start with the book that I thought was going to be like the most gross. A lot of people, this is like a very like intimidating book for a lot of people, I have heard. And it definitely intimidated me, but I also didn't really know a whole lot about it. I just know that people like find this book gross, and it definitely is that. So I'm only, let's see what page am I on. I'm only on page 47, and so far I'm kind of enjoying it, which you know, might not be a popular opinion, but this one we're following a guy who I don't think we know his name. He is a hospital security guard, and he likes to F corpses at the hospital. And he comes across a doctor who is like the head doctor in like the maternity area, ward, whatever you call it. And she likes to eat babies. And these are our two main characters. And I am really, I like our main character, and I like feel weird saying that, but he kind of has some like funny lines, and this book is definitely over the top. Like, it's satire, so I guess know that going into it. But yeah, this book is kind of really working for me, and I want to keep continuing on with it. So maybe I didn't start with like the one that's gonna like, you know, gross me out the most. I don't know. This book is definitely gross though. Like, some things that, like, the woman was talking about, like a toilet baby, and how like it had like poop all over it and stuff, and like that totally grossed me out. And I don't know, but our main character has like really funny, like I think I tabbed one of them because I was like, I need to remember to say that. He says, "This is all very disarming. Last night I was just the guy who caught her naked in the morgue eating a baby, and now it appears I'm someone she can talk to about the disgust she feels for herself. Maybe I struck her as a good listener." I didn't read that in the way that I like actually read it in the time, but just some things that he's thinking and saying I just like find funny. So this book is kind of working for me, and I'm excited to continue. I think I have like 100 pages left. I've been going back and forth between physically reading it and then also listening to the audiobook. This book does have an audiobook, so that's been nice. And so yeah, I'll probably have another update before the end, I would think, but maybe not. Who knows? Let's just see how much crazier this book is going to get. So I will continue and see you in the next clip. All right, I have another update. I'm currently on page, no, I'm not, 150? That can't be right. Oh, no. Okay, I'm on page 99. I forgot that I moved the bookmark to the back so it would get out of my way. Okay, I'm on page 99. And I'm still really enjoying this book. I love the, like, sarcasm or, like, the main character is very, like, just blunt and sarcastic, and I'm kind of enjoying that. I kind of mentioned that before, like, there's some lines that I found funny at the beginning, but, yeah. The scene that I just read about with, you know, we got to kind of, like, witness the act of her eating a baby, and it was quite something to read about and to experience. I'll just say that. But I'm still really liking this book. I love the writing, and it's still very much so over the top, but I don't know. I feel like there's still so much more that's going to happen, and I think I have, like, I'm on page 100 and there's like 160 pages. So I feel like there's still so much to get in this book, and I'm just so curious, like, what more there is to see. I kind of feel like you know something that's going to happen, or you can expect to happen reading this, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm curious to see. I feel like it's like a no-brainer thought to have while you're reading this. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm curious to see if that is going to happen. But yeah, I'm excited to finish this one and move on to the next read. So I will see you at the end of this book with a rating and final thoughts. All right, sorry if you hear my son. He's currently playing down there, so I can film this clip. Hi, babe. I finished Dead Inside, so one book down for this video, and I think I'm going to give this book 4 stars. That might not be a popular opinion. I don't really know all of the opinions that people have technically on this book, but I actually really enjoyed the book. Was it totally over the top and, like, bonkers? Yeah. Was it disgusting? Also, yes. But it was done so well. It was written so well. And I kept wanting to read, and I kept wanting to see, like, the book kept me engaged the whole time. And I think that it's your call to interpret this book however you want to, but I don't think that this was extreme in the sense that, like, I think he was making fun, and so I really liked it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and I thought these 2 characters were absolutely crazy, but I just, like, wanted to keep reading more about them, and I liked seeing how their this duo progressed during the book, I'll say. I'm trying not to say too much because it's such a short book, and I also don't want to say, like, gross things in the video, so I'm just going to leave it at that. 4 stars for the first book, and I enjoyed it. So we're going to keep going on, and I think that book, I said in the beginning of this that I wanted to read the book I thought that was going to be the most gross first, and yes, this book was definitely super gross, but it wasn't, like, gross in the sense that, like, I couldn't read anymore, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I think that the next one I'm gonna read is Carney by Ash Ericmore. I don't know if that's the author's name. I'll put the book cover up over here, and I'm going to get started on that one. I'm about to put Maverick down for a nap, and that one is pretty short, so I should hopefully get through that one a lot quicker. And yeah, let's just continue on this extreme horror journey. All right, it is a little while later, and actually quite a while later, and I have 3 books to update you on. So, I read and finished Carney by Ash Ericmore, and this one, I think I'm going to settle on a 3-star. It wasn't a bad story, but I thought this was actually pretty tame. I don't know. I think this would be a good place to start for a beginner in like extreme horror. This one, we're following this group of friends who go to this carnival, and the carnival is a little bit more than they expected. They see some things that they're not a fan of. They react to those things, and then they get taken away, and that's where the extreme stuff starts to happen. And it was not as brutal as I thought it could have been a little bit more brutal. And I'm not saying it wasn't extreme, but I don't know. Like I said, it was just kind of tame in comparison to like a lot of other extreme horror. This is actually part of a series. Obviously, this is book 1. I think that I'm not going to like go out of my way to continue the series, but like if I wanted a quick read, I would continue in it. So I think I'm going to settle on a 3-star with this one. Like I said, it was fine. It was still good, but it just was kind of like boring a little bit. Okay, next up I have Satan's Yeast Infection. This one I got off of Godless. It is very, very short, like 18 pages short or something like that. And this one I saw, who did I see? Anda Kent on her YouTube channel. I saw her read this, and she like reacted to it kind of like it was like a waste of money, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm curious what I got kind of curious about it. I don't know why, just it's a backwards thought, but I was, and so I got it. I think it was like 50 cents on Godless, I'm not sure. And it was indeed a waste of money. There was like nothing to it. It was about this guy who you're like seeing how he acts after like a night of sex and the morning after, and he like there's a lot of stuff with like yeast extract, and he has a ferret, and I don't know, it was kind of stupid in my opinion, and it was definitely gross, but there was not much to it. So I think I'm gonna give that one like 1 star. I don't think I've ever given a book 1 star. It just felt very incomplete, and so for that, I don't know, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But now I'm currently in the middle of For the Sake of by Judith Sonnet. So this is book number 5 so far, and I am really, really liking this one. I'm really, really intrigued with where this is going to go. It has my attention. I'm very curious what more is going to come of this. I'm currently on page 50, which is part 2, and I've read a few different books by Judith Sonnet, and I've liked, I think, everything that I've read from her so far. So she's an author I always try to like sneak a book in to like these videos that I do with extreme horror. This one, we're following this woman named Tabby, who had her 6-year-old daughter was kidnapped 8 months ago. She's been missing for 8 months, and her husband's like off doing whatever, I don't know. They kind of like drifted apart when the daughter went missing, and so whatever. She is, we kind of, the book starts with like a different story that is gonna tie into this, or does tie into this, where this woman named Greta, she had a like a brown paper bag on her front porch one morning, and it had like a phone in it, and it had pictures of her husband who was kidnapped and like tortured, and it had pictures of him looking rough, and someone called on the phone and was like, I can give you your husband back if you do like as I say for like a certain amount of steps. And then that's how the story started, and then we're kind of seeing it about to start up again is what I'm getting with now Tabby, who's the main girl that we're following. This is definitely seems like it's going to be one of those like, how far would you go to protect someone? And those stories usually really, really work for me. So I'm kind of predicting this to be a pretty high rating as long as, you know, it falls in line with what I'm assuming it will. So I'm excited to keep going with this. And then I should probably finish this. I probably will finish this today. And then some other options that I have to come next are Over His Dead Body by Jessa Riot. This is also on Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure. And obviously I have the physical copy. This is one that I have been interested in. I love the cover. Not that it shows anything really, but it's just purple and I love the color purple. And then another one that I have is The Ice Cream Man by Eve L. Fell. I think this is one that's very like under rated, or no, I can't say that. I mean like under reviewed. Like there's not a lot of reviews for it. I haven't seen it anywhere. Same with this one actually, but it did pop up on KU, so that had me intrigued enough to get it. I've had this one for a few months now, but I think that those are the route that I'll go after the Judith Sonnet one, but I'm really excited, like I said, to keep going with this one and see how kind of crazy it's going to get. So I will check in with you probably, I think there's 3 parts to this, so maybe I'll check in after part 2, and then we'll update it when it's all done. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I'm currently in the playroom with Maverick, so if you hear my kid, sorry. I just finished, where did I put the book? For the Sake of, and I know I said I was going to update at like part 3, but I just had to keep going. I had to see what was going to happen. This book was definitely gory and gross, but this is a 5-star book for me. I really enjoyed it, and I really liked the afterword that Judith, included, and she's been such a hit author for me, and I definitely am going to read more from her. I thought the ending was crazy in this book, and I didn't see some of it coming. Some of it you could kind of predict, but I really, really enjoyed this one. I thought it was fantastic, and this is one of my favorites from the vlog so far. I think I'm going to continue. I don't know which one I'm going to continue with yet, but I'm going to take a break from reading for a little bit now just to play with Mav and everything. So I will see you when I start the next book. All right, it is technically the next morning, and I'm here to end this vlog. I have one more book to update you on though, and that is Over His Dead Body by Jessa Riot. I really, really enjoyed this one. This wasn't so extreme in the sense of like, like gory, disgusting, and just like, it was still over the top, but kind of in, just not in a gory way. I really liked this one. I loved the writing, and I think this is one that I would actually reread, not for a while or anything, but yeah, this is one that I just saw that popped up on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, this looks interesting, so I'm going to get this. This one is really, really short though, so I think I'm just going to read the back and, maybe just stick to that just because it's literally like 50 pages. So I don't want to ruin anything. So this one says, sometimes before You throw the whole man away. You have to spend time with his corpse and reflect. Sometimes you have to go with the flow, however dark it may be and wherever it leads you. Sometimes a woman's screams are valid, a journey of two bodies, one alive and one dead. This story explores the blurred lines between love, sex, life, death, and what it means to be human. Over his dead body is a raw, macabre waltz of abstracts, swirling emotions, and love that won't stick. I think that's a great synopsis for this book. It's very much so like a reflection on relationships and this particular woman's, like, you're kind of like in her head, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought that it was, like I said, it was beautifully written, and it had so much to say in such a short amount of pages, and I would really recommend this one. So I'm going to give this one 4 stars. I think I said that. So I wanted to rank the ones that I read in this video, and yeah, keep it at that. So my favorite from this video is definitely For the Sake of by Judith Sonnet. This is the only one that I gave 5 stars to, although the other 2 4 stars, like if it was a different day, if it was a different week, I could see them being 5 stars as well. But just for the sake of this video, this one was my favorite, and I will definitely continue because I think there's a 2, like For the Sake of 2, and I would definitely read that. So highly recommend this one. And also I really recommend Judith Sonnet in general. I have read from this author many times before. I think I mentioned that in like the part where I talked about this book. Highly recommend her. And then I think my next favorite one is Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. Again, I thought this one was well written. This is one that I keep thinking about. And so I think this is one that's going to stick with me. It's not necessarily one I want to reread. I know I said that I would reread this one again in the future, but it's ranked 3rd, so that might seem weird. But like, I don't necessarily want to like revisit these stories because I think they're just going to stick with me. So yeah, this one was a 4 star. Really enjoyed it, and it was a lot, to say it lightly. And then we'll go with Over His Dead Body. Again, this is like very erotic, very extreme, over the top, but like kind of in like a beautiful way. I don't know. That sounds weird to say, but I highly recommend this one. And this one is very under reviewed. Not a lot of reviews for this book. So hopefully you'll check this one out because I think it's worth it. Next up, we're going to go with Carney by Ash Ericmore. This is one that I gave 3 stars. It wasn't a bad story, but it just was like, definitely compared to these 3, this one, fits right here in 4th place. And also, like I said, it wasn't bad, but I wanted so much more from it. I thought it was kind of tame in comparison to a lot of extreme horror that I've read. And this is a long series. I think, well, maybe not like long. I think there's like 4 books in the series. I'm not totally sure on that. And again, I think I mentioned also in the clips that I was talking about this one, I would revisit the series again. It's not what I'm like running to go read, but I think it's on Kindle. The rest of them are on Kindle Unlimited too. So I would check them out to do like another version of this video. So 4th place, Carney by Ash Ericmore. And then in 5th place was that like Satan's Yeast Infection. That was 1 star. Not worth it. Not worth it. Like I said, I think I got it for 50 cents. And it just felt very unfinished, incomplete. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So that's it for this video. That's 5 books in 24 hours. And let me know if you've read any of these. And also I would seriously love more extreme horror recommendations because I love doing these videos and I would love to do more. And I always need recommendations. If they're on KU, that's a bonus, but they don't have to be. And yeah, with that, I will have these books linked down below, and I'll have the website of Godless linked down below. you can go find, you know, whatever that other book was if you want to. But Godless is a great place to find very cheap extreme horror books that you can't get on Amazon. So I highly recommend that website just in general. And yeah, I'll have all the links down below. Everything's down there. Please subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. Give this video a thumbs up, comment some recs, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!